We have a special guest today here on Fire Breathing Rob, and please like and subscribe to our videos on YouTube. We're really trying to build our YouTube platform. We're moving up in subscribers, but not as fast as I want. Of course, that's not we don't always get what we want, but we're trying to move up. With that said, so definitely please like and subscribe and share this video. I think that and the person we're going to be speaking with in just a second. This is a real interesting story. So this is Brandi LaBounty. She is a real estate agent up in Vermont, and she had some issues in the gym. And we have had quite a few people that have been on the program that have talked about fitness in general, just working out and tips during the coronavirus. But this is going to be a little bit of a different gym story, I should say. Something that I am, watching the story online, I couldn't believe it because we're going to be talking about Brandi's shorts. It was extremely interesting. And I saw you wear the shorts online, and they're not, they're short, but they're not like anything. They're not anything extreme.
Yeah.
All right, so Brandi, let's talk about this. First of all, before we get into the story about the shorts, can you tell the viewers a little bit about you?
Sure. Yes, so I am a real estate agent in Vermont. I started in March 2019. But I started going to Planet Fitness right after college. And from there, I had actually put on some weight. About 40 pounds more than I would have liked to have seen. So then through working out at Planet Fitness, I lost 40 pounds. I'm now in the best shape of my life. Sorry if you hear the phone ringing every now and then. But yeah, so I'm full-time Vermont resident, been here my whole life, love it. And I think, yeah, that's about it.
Did you go to the University of Vermont?
I went to school in central New York, actually.
Oh, okay.
Novia College, where I studied horses and business.
Interesting. That's interesting. Well, we love animals here on the program, but let's get into the thick of things here. So, Brandi, can you speak about this? Now, you said you lost 40 pounds. That's amazing, and we're happy that you did that. It's always great for somebody that does accomplish their fitness journey, and obviously it's still going on, of course, because you're still working out. But with that said, what happened at Planet Fitness? When did all this start where someone was kind of basically, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, they were harassing you about your shorts being too short?
Yes. So I believe it was July 9th. I think it was the 9th. So I had just barely started going back into the gym towards the beginning of July because I still hadn't been totally comfortable going back after the whole COVID thing. So in Vermont, we are low in cases. So I jumped the gun, so I went for it. And I started going to the gym, and I had probably been maybe like 4 times before this incident. And so they came right up to me. So I walked in, I changed into the shorts. I walked to the front of the gym. There was only one other person in the gym at the time. I did exactly 1 minute of jumping jacks when they walked over to me and they said, "Ma'am, like, do you have shorts to change in? Do you have anything to change into? Because, your shorts are too short and multiple people have complained." And I had looked around at that point and I'd seen this one person in the gym. So you can't tell me multiple people have complained because this was the first time I'd worn them back, at least since going back to the gym. And so I called them out on it and I was like, well, no, actually multiple people haven't complained. I've just been sitting here working out and I see this one other person and they haven't talked to you. So I really appreciate it if you would stop harassing me about my clothing and just let me work out. And so they were like, okay, well, corporate will be in to talk to you. And I said, that's fine. Corporate can come in to talk to me.
Now, was this a man or a woman that did this?
This was a man who approached me first. I told the employees at the time, which maybe this is jumping ahead in the story some, but Planet Fitness has since kind of been saying that I was threatening the staff and that I wasn't complying with COVID guidelines, which is what, most recently that they've been putting out to different people who've approached them about this.
What the hell does that got to do with wearing shorts?
I don't know. I don't know if that's like their claim for me, like kicking me out or the police escort, but they asked me to leave way before anything blew up. And so I would like to eventually like get some sort of a statement from the officers who did come in to escort me out, because they were there and they heard me say to the employees, listen, I know you're just doing your job. I know you're just doing it from the higher up. I'm just letting you know, like, I have nothing against you, but this isn't right. And so it was a man that approached me first, and then his female coworker came over as well. But it is a female manager the original order was coming from.
So isn't this supposed to be, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember Planet Fitness and they put out these commercials saying it's a judgment-free zone, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so it's a judgment-free zone, but they are harassing you about shorts that it's not like, and this is what we texted about this a couple days back. I said, it's not like you were showing your butt. You couldn't see anything. I couldn't see anything under your shorts. I mean, I saw the picture of your mom wearing the same shorts, and apparently they went after her too. But let's backtrack. I don't want to miss any parts of the story. So, but I think that's insane. So, Brandi, let's talk about that. So, before the coronavirus started, and obviously they shut down a lot of these gyms, did you wear these shorts back then?
Yes.
And no one said a word about it?
And I've never had an issue.
Wow. So do you think that it was someone, well, and I know this is kind of, you got to bring back your memory on this. Were those two people that harassed you or came over and spoke to you, were they working at that time? Would you know offhand?
They were brand new employees I had never seen prior to the gym reopening after COVID.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that may make sense then. So do you feel like it was something to do with them being brand new employees, or was this someone, because you said that there was only these two people working in here, the man and the woman,
right?
And with them being brand new, and there's only one other person in there, it's not like you were, it's not like you were walking around in a thong or lingerie or something like that. You were just walking with shorts on. So I don't know who it would be bothering if it wasn't, if you say that other person, whether, I don't know if you said it was a man or a woman.
It was another man. It was a man, yeah.
All right. If he didn't have any issue with it, I don't know why they would bring it up when there's only two people working out in the gym.
Right. Well, so the manager, who wasn't there at the time, though according to their handbook was supposed to be, so the manager, this was the fourth and final time, obviously, that I have been spoken to about what I wear in the gym. So previously I had been told I'd been working out in a sports bra after I had lost all the weight and I was a little more confident, which it was a step up to do that. I was still not quite body confident enough to do that. But so I started working out in a sports bra because I had seen other members in the gym doing it. And so I was approached once about not wearing a sports bra and needing to wear a shirt. And then when I was wearing a crop top shirt, they told me it wasn't long enough and it was showing too much of my stomach. I wore some other shorts, which were short. They were this tighter, like spandex. And so when they said that I couldn't wear them, I said, okay, fine. And I started wearing other shorts. It hadn't been an issue. So that's what really got me about these, is because they are just the gym shorts that I bought them at Walmart. Like, you just walk in and women's athletic. And so that was the biggest issue, I think, and why it was finally like the last straw for me to where I was going to finally stand up to them, is because if they have an issue with my shorts, then they have an issue with women's fashion industry. And if they have an issue with that, why are they taking out on their members for just buying shorts? And And so it was harassment, I think, up until then anyways, because like I said, there had been plenty of other people working out in sports bras. They did start cracking down on that anyways, towards some other women. But you would still see men working out in all of the lunk apparel that they specifically say for their no judgment, whatever zone. That, you know, they can't have muscle tanks or something with their nipples showing or what have you when men are lifting. And I had approached the manager at one point anyways and called her out because she had called me out on something. And I'm like, well, so what about this guy who is doing everything you don't like in Planet Fitness? And she had pretended she didn't know, she hadn't seen him. And she's like, well, we can make a formal complaint if you want. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care that he's wearing this. So I'm not going to make a formal complaint, but you shouldn't care I'm wearing this either.
Yeah. It sounds like they would, you know, once they got you those couple of times, they were trying to bust up with you and bust your balls, basically.
Which is why I was surprised when they approached my mother as well.
But did they know it was your mom, or was that?
I imagine they probably did, just because when she swipes
name.
in the last name, yeah. Especially it being the day after the event.
Oh, okay. But does your mom usually work out regular? Did she have any issues, or do you feel like they just, like you said, took it out on her because of the incidences with you?
I'm wondering if it was that. I mean, they kind of really busted a lot of girls. Like just within that 1 week, there had been like 5 incidents of girls being told to leave, asked to change, and they were just wearing normal shorts. But there's no men being kicked out for anything that they're wearing.
Well, maybe they were just trying to get rid of all the women there. They just wanted to have a male-dominated gym. I mean, not my cup of tea, but hey, whatever works, you know, whatever gets you excited at night.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, and I mean, like, if they had been short, like, my mother she wore them out grocery shopping after, and she is an incredibly body-conscious woman, and she never would have gone out in public in them if she had felt like they were too short.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's a sad story, you know, especially, you know, obviously they were harassing you, but it gets to the point that when they play commercials and they put on their website that, you know, it's a no judgment zone, and then they're, you know, harassing girls left and right, and you said they're not harassing any men. That sounds really sexist, but that's just me.
It's definitely. And I mean, I've received probably well over 500-600 messages from random people all over the world, giving me like their stories, or they're giving me their support. And all of the women who have been kicked out because of what they're wearing. And all of the men who have been kicked out have mentioned like, oh, I dropped weights and I was grunting. So it's like, they're definitely kicking women out for a much more shallow thing, for nothing. They're not doing anything. They're just buying clothes.
So after this happened, obviously this blew up as a news story. Brandi, did you hear from any people that worked there that maybe were saying, hey, you know, we're on your side, we get this? Or maybe people that didn't work there, maybe people that worked out there and said, hey, you know, this has happened to me, this is crazy.
I had some really heartbreaking stories sent to me from people who did work out there, just about times that they had been kicked out, or this one woman who, I mean, I'm not going to kind of voice anything, but she had a very traumatic experience there. And when they brought it to headquarters, it just was dropped. And so, so this was all issued and happened on the 9th or 10th, I believe, of July, like I had mentioned. And then they issued me the no trespass order, which is dated the 9th. I have it hanging in my office. So that, which is dated the 9th. I received that one on the 13th by certified mail. But prior to that, between the 9th and the 13th, they had tried to reach out to me 3 or 4 times, telling me to contact them, asking me to reach out to them. They would tag me and just say like, hey, message us. But then when I received this order backdated, saying if I reached out to them in any way that they would legally pursue action against me.
Wow.
Yes.
That's really whacked out.
So I have not heard anything from anybody who works there. They have completely disregarded it. They're really doing their best to shove it under the rug. I believe last I had heard from the people just like giving them ratings and reviews, their review section had been desecrated to 1.4 stars out of 5.
Oh, wow.
And so like this, people are mad about it. And I don't think that it would have blown up like this if it had just been an isolated incident. If it was just me in some small town in Vermont, it wouldn't have just gone to 42,000 shares. But because so many different women and so many different people have had such horrible experiences with this gym, with being judged and being discriminated against, this is where we're at.
Did they give you the money back? What happened with the contract? Because some of these gyms, if you cancel before the contract's up, they charge like 100 some odd bucks.
Right. So with, again, I don't know if this is universal,
Okay.
but with this particular location, if you have the white card, which I had, which was the $10 a month, then you weren't in a contract. So I was luckily there. If you were in the black card with the $20 a month, then you are in a contract for the year. And so I do know some people were battling that out who had decided to quit over this, about whether they were going to be charged for that contract. But so, yeah, so I was just paying the monthly. They had stopped taking payment while they were shut down, which was nice. And they were just going to start back up on the 15th, would have been when the first payment came out. And so when they were escorting me out, I made sure to say to them that if they charged me, that there was definitely like, I was not going to be happy because I'd been to the gym 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
So I have not been charged. So that is good. Knock on wood. I do know a lot of people, they do require, if you are going to cancel, that you either do it in person or you have like official certified letter sent to them saying why you're canceling. So I mean, that's put a lot of people in a difficult situation right now too, if they don't feel comfortable being out in public. No, if they want to cancel, they have to go into the gym to cancel, and it is making them uncomfortable. So yeah, luckily I didn't have to pay anything in terms of contract wise.
Sounds like a disastrous place to work out. Anyways, we'll move on to the last few questions.
Yeah.
Like I said, Brandi, this bothers me, obviously, because we've been speaking about throughout the whole interview that we've been speaking about throughout the whole interview, Brandi, that the shorts weren't short. I mean, they were just regular athletic shorts.
Mm-hmm.
And again, this brings up, and you spoke about this earlier, that you lost 40 pounds. People wear stuff because they feel confident in what they wear, confident with their body. And that's why you were speaking about how you wear different things. And we know the issues that women and even some men have with body image and issues. And for them to keep harassing you about what you're wearing, that could make you or other people that this has happened to, make them feel like they're not good enough, that they do not look good enough to wear that type of clothing. So that's what gets me. Do you feel like they were judging your body, or this was just, like I said, to bust balls?
Well, it's a little of both, I think.
Yeah.
Planet Fitness is known. I think they did an SNL skit or something on it once anyways about fit shaming, because they aren't looking for extremely fit people to be in their gym. That's not who they're targeting. They're targeting the people who aren't comfortable going to another gym, who don't have much gym experience. And I mean, I'll give them credit where credit is due, is there are more people that go to the Planet Fitness than I would see in another gym, because it is cheaper. I couldn't afford anything more expensive coming out of college than the $10 a month. And so, you see a lot more of the high school kids, and you see a lot more of those recent college grads, or, just people who maybe have never had a gym membership before. and they're going to Planet Fitness. And so I am glad that they are getting out, and I give credit where credit is due with that. I was wearing a lot of the same things that I was wearing when I was 40 pounds heavier, when I was 40 pounds lighter. And that's when they started approaching me about it. And so I do think it is partially to do with the fact that I do look better now, and that I am a more fit person. But I mean, in terms of body image and body confidence, I have always had body image issues. It was absolute horrible body dysmorphia growing up. I remember being terrified when I reached 80 pounds in like, I don't even know what grade, but because I was like, oh my God, like, I think I'm fat now. And so I've always had that issue. And so to wear shorts and get the confidence to wear a sports bra, like those were big steps for me. And people have asked me about the shorts since then, like whether I still wear them or what have you. And I do, but I am incredibly self-confident or conscious in them. Yeah, self-conscious in them. People are joking all the time. Like if I'm just walking down the street, they're like, oh, Brandi, your shorts are too short. But then I'm like, freezing up because I'm like, oh my God, are they? I don't even know now. And my mom was saying the same thing. She was getting dressed for something the other day and she put on shorts and she was like, I don't know if I can wear these. Like, I don't know if I can wear shorts.
Yeah, that's so messed up that they do
that
they did that. And I'm happy the story came out because, it's good that they got some bad publicity and people know what the hell is going on in their gyms, that they're really targeting people and they're hurting and they're messing with them, their minds. Like you just said about, do I feel comfortable in my own skin? Do I feel comfortable in my own clothes? I mean, that's just really messed up. I do want to go ahead. I'm sorry. Did you want to?
No, go ahead.
So what advice would you give to women that, go battling the same issues?
That is a good question, Rob.
Sorry about that, Brandi. I gotta hit you with some tough stuff after a while, make you think a little bit.
Yeah, no, I would, honestly, the biggest things for me, I started reading this book called Self-Esteem. I don't remember who it's by. It's got a giant sunflower on the front. But one of the, I think, real pivotal points was it made me go through every part of my inner personality, my character, and then also my physical appearance, and list everything that I liked and then everything that I didn't like. And then from there it was, switching into, okay, well, if that's not what you don't like, then how could it be better? And so then you go through writing through all that. And it was just like slowly saying like, okay, so now write this in a more positive light. So sure, like maybe I'm 40 pounds too heavy, but say something positive. And so it was through that of really working through, just going through literally every single piece of me and being like, okay, this isn't what I want it to be like, but maybe it's not so bad. Like maybe my hair is frizzy, but it's nice when it's straightened, like, and it's literally just like those smallest things make a big difference with your mental health. And then just going to the gym, like that was such a huge, it's therapy for me anyways. And it's enjoying the process, because if you are just focused on the goal, if I had just been focused on losing 40 pounds, then once I reach 40 pounds lost, where do I go from there? So it's enjoying the process, getting in the gym and moving your body, however that is that you feel most comfortable doing. And maybe that isn't going to the gym. Maybe that's going for a hike or swimming laps, or going for a really early morning walk with the dog, or anything along those lines. If you're moving your body and drinking your water and just trying to look at yourself in a more positive light and consciously working at it, because it does take work. It is not just going to flip a switch one day. And that is a hard part for a lot of people, and myself included, to understand.
So let's ask you this, Brandi. You're at a new gym now. How are they treating you there? Is there, like, when you walk in, do they say, here's the shorts girl, or let's check her out or something like that. You know, because my thing is, Brandy, it's really sad though, because a lot of, women have to deal with so much crap in the gym. You have to look, decent when you go in. You got men checking you up, eyeing you up and down, trying to talk to you while you're working out. I mean, I feel sorry for, I'm not saying that I haven't checked out women at the gym. That would be a lie.
So I started going to a locally owned gym. They were very welcoming. They gave me a discount for my first month just for everything I had been through. And actually, a lot of the local gyms around here it gave people discounts. Like if you were going to, they're like, if you bring in your Planet Fitness cancellation, here's a discount.
Wow.
So
what a
many
selling
people
point.
left. Yeah, definitely. The local gym actually put up a sign in front of their gym that said, "We wear short shorts." So it's, yeah. But they've been so incredibly kind. I mean, right, when I walk in, it's, "Hey, Brandi, how are you?" Like, they'll talk to me about like my goals. They'll talk to me about what plan is today, what I'm working on that day. I mean, always greet me with a smile, literally just the sweetest. And I feel bad because my original intention had actually been to just like try all of the gyms in town. Because I didn't know what I was looking for, going from Planet Fitness. But I mean, they've been so sweet. It would break my heart to leave them now. I have seen a lot of people working out beside me now at this more local gym that used to go to Planet Fitness, and I don't know if they quit because of me. I don't know if they just quit and it was just coincidence, but I did have a lot of people from all across the country messaging me and saying, "Hey, I am walking into Planet Fitness with the shortest shorts I can find and I'm quitting." So
That's hilarious.
they've lost a lot. And I mean, that's how they keep their prices so low, I'm sure, is because so many people, like you said, are paying for the year or just paying month by month and not thinking to cancel it while they're off in school, or it's winter and nobody wants to leave their house. They're still paying for the gym membership. So that they're definitely benefiting from that, because the $10-20 a month is pretty easy to just like forget about coming out of your wallet. But when it's like a $50-$60 a month from a local gym, then you're feeling that hit a little bit more.
Brandi LaBounty, thanks so much for your time. Greatly appreciate it.
Thank you.